Hi and welcome back to this channel. In today's video, we will start our discussion on repetition control structures. Sometimes when writing a program, you would want to repeat a set of statements a bunch of times in your code. One way you can do that is by typing the statements in the program over and over again. That means that if you want to repeat a set of statements 200 times in your program, you will definitely have to type it manually 200 times. This way of doing or this approach is ineffective or even impossible, especially when you have huge amounts of statements to type. That's exactly the reason why we need to learn about repetition control structures, because they provide a simpler approach when we want to repeat a set of statements in our code. So repetition control structures allow you to repeat a set of statements until certain conditions are met. Repetition control structures are also called looping structures, and in Java there are three types of looping structures, which are the while loop, the for loop, and the do while loop. In this video we will start discussing about the while loop structure. Here on the screen is the syntax of a while loop statement. So as you can see, while here is a reserved word or a keyword. Following in the brackets is the logical expression, also called a loop condition or simply a condition. Next, we have the action statements, which are also called the body of the loop. So these action statements are executed only when the loop condition here is evaluated to true. The action statements can either be a simple statement like this, meaning that you will have only one statement, or a compound statement like this, where you have more than one statement. So in case of a compound statement, you always have to make sure that you surround the body of your while loop with curly braces, like what I have on the screen here. So now, here is what will happen when we run this portion of code. Let me run, and that's the result we are getting. So let me explain what has actually happened. First of all, note here that we have declared and initialized an integer variable score, and then we have set its value to 0. So this variable is called the loop control variable. Next, the condition here is also called the entry condition. So it's going to be the first statement in our while loop to execute. So in this example, this will execute to true since score is definitely less than 20 here. So because this condition will evaluate to true, then these action statements will execute. The first action statement is going to output the value of the score, okay, of our variable score here. And then the second action statement is going to increment the value of the variable score by 5. After, the logical expression in the while loop is going to be evaluated again. And because the value of the variable score is now going to be 5, then the logical expression score less than or equal to 20 will still evaluate to true. And the body of the while loop will execute by outputting the values of the variable score and by incrementing the value of the variable score by 5 again. This process of evaluating the logical expression and executing the body of the while loop will continue until the logical expression score less than or equal to 20 evaluates to false. So that's the reason why we are getting 0, 5, 10, 15, and 20 in our console here. So there will come a point in the loop when the value of the variable score will be 25, but this will not be printed out simply because when the variable score becomes 25, the condition score less than or equal to 20 will evaluate to false. So now, based on this example, there are some very important points we have to note about while loops. The first point to note is that you must always initialize the loop control variable score here. Okay, so before executing your loop, you have to make sure that you initialize your loop control variable. Let's say, for example, if I remove the initialization like this, notice that I'm going to get errors. in my program. And these errors are telling me to initialize the variable, or else the while loop is not going to execute. So this is very important, that the loop control variable must always be initialized. The second thing we have to note is that if you forget the second action statement, this action statement down here, you will have an infinite loop. Let's say, for example, that I remove this second action statement like this and then run the program. You will see that I'm getting an infinite loop here. So an infinite loop is a loop that continues to execute endlessly. So because I removed the second action statement, that's why I'm getting this infinite loop. And as you can see, my loop is executing endlessly. So in order to avoid an infinite loop, you always have to make sure that the loop's body contains a statement that ensures that the condition in the while loop will eventually evaluate false at a certain moment in your program. So in our case, that statement is this statement, score equals score plus 5. So now the third point to note also is that interchanging the sequence of your action statements in the body of the loop may alter the result of the while loop. For example, if I put this statement, score equals score plus 5, I cut it and then paste it right before the output statement like this, and then run this code, you will see that we will get a different result. Okay, so we are getting 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. But when this statement was right after the output statement, we were having 0, 5, 10, 15, and 20. So as you can see, we are getting a totally different result printed out in our console. So typically, this can be considered as a semantic error. Okay, it's an unexpected error, and it's also an error because normally in real life you would not want a condition to be true for a score less than or greater or equal to 20, and yet produce results for the condition where score is greater than 20, because we are having 25 here. Meanwhile, our condition says that our score must be less than or equal to 20. Okay, so this is also one of the key points we need to note. So this condition here that we are using to control our condition must always be put after the output statement. So that was it concerning the while loop, what we need to keep in mind concerning the while loop. I hope this video was informative, and thanks for viewing. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one. Let's meet in the next video.